Usually when we talk about the house of Thameen, London, we always think about Peregrina because that was the it girl fragrance that blew up. But that was not my introduction. Instead, it was this beauty right here, Patiala. And guess what? We are going to do her dedicated review today because she deserves to be discussed, and we're going to get right on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here. Yes, we're doing a dedicated fragrance review on this beauty right here from the house of Thameen, and this is Patiala. This was my first fragrance that I ever smelled from the house. It was my introduction. It was a sample first, and then as you can see, a full bottle happened. So we'll get more to how we got here. But as always, when it comes to dedicated fragrance reviews, I rate fragrances by 4 categories. First category is mood, and that is simply how does this fragrance make me feel? When do I see myself wearing it? What time of year? What type of event? We talk about it there. Second category is strength. That's on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being this ain't nothing but water in a pretty blue bottle, to 10 being nuclear powerhouse juice that I'm probably gonna have to scrub in order to get it off. Third category is longevity. I know that's everyone's favorite category. Longevity meaning how many hours long lasting is this fragrance? We talk about it there. And then the fourth and final category, which is kind of fun, which is this a compliment getting fragrance? Yes or no? Because hey, some people do wear them for compliments. Some people don't. Some people don't care, but hey, we talk about it there anyway. So now you know how we do things. Let's get into lipstick of the day today, everyone. I was feeling very blue, cool tones, so I went in with a pink, a cool tone pink, and this was the Barbie style from the MAC Maker collection they did. This was like 4 years ago. It was limited edition from Barbie, and I love it. Hate I didn't buy a backup of it, but alas, I will link a alternative that is very similar below. Full details on the face, beauty details, all that will be in the description box below as well, so you don't have to ask questions about it. Next up, as always, when it's a dedicated review, you know what the answer is going to be for the fragrance of the day. It's going to be the fragrance that we are talking about, and that is this beauty right here, Patiala. So we're going to talk about her. So as always, when it comes to the dedicated review, we got to get into the specs, little background information on the fragrance, because that's a full comprehensive review. So this fragrance is not new, you all. Patiala came out in 2019, so she is now 5 years old. So she's not new by any means necessary. So what's interesting about this fragrance is that there's a reason for its name. It was actually named for a beautiful diamond necklace. It's like insane how many diamonds are in this necklace, and the necklace came out in like 1928, so it's an OG of a necklace. Very much a statement piece. The statement piece of statement pieces, so I'm here for it. So that's the background on this. With that background knowledge, this is supposed to be very opulent of a fragrance, supposed to be very regal of a scent, so that makes sense. So again, very opulent, very regal, but also very feminine because it's a piece of jewelry meant for a lady. So that's another thing. Feminine fragrance for sure. So now we got that out the way. Let's also talk about the fact that one thing about Thameen's fragrances, almost dropped it. This is an extrait de parfum concentration. So of course, now we hear the word extract, my expectations on performance and things goes up. All right, y'all. So now let's talk about this fragrance. I've had it for a while. I got it back in September of 2023. So it's been several months at this point. So this is not a new pickup for me. I've had it for a minute. In fact, I had a sample of it first, and then I got the bottle to follow the month. So that's the backstory on that. So now let's get into the notes of this fragrance. Top notes we have are Egyptian geranium, orange, and then we have aldehydes, and then we have middle notes of orange blossom, rose, Indonesian patchouli. Then we have base notes of moss, amber, and musk. So reading these notes, I'm like, interesting, but I also want to emphasize that they say the most prominent notes are supposed to be basically around orange blossom, rose, and musk. Those are supposed to be the main facets of this fragrance, but of course, I'm gonna tell you what I get from the fragrance. So with that being said, I'm gonna refresh my nose on this scent since we're here. Let that dry down a little bit. So also let's talk about pricing and sizing of this fragrance. Interesting enough, this fragrance literally only comes in one size, and that is what is right in front of you. This is the box. It only comes in a 50 ml or 1.74 ounce size, and the price for said fragrance is currently $220. It is May of 2024 when I'm filming this, so that is the price. Of course, you can find sales, discount codes, and things, all that, but I always have to give you all the retail price so you know what to expect when you're going in looking for the scent. So now, okay, let me tell you what I actually get from the fragrance, because again, we've let this dry down a little bit. The aldehydes in here. Yes, the aldehydes. The rose is beautiful in the middle, and then the dry down is musk for sure. There's a sweetness to this scent that I do think is so beautiful and feminine. There is an elegance to this scent. That's the thing. Like when I first sampled it, if you all recall that video, this was a little bit first sniff for me. So I also want to point that out. Like this was just simply beautiful, elegant femininity in a bottle to me. Ain't no unisex about it. This is femininity in a bottle to me. It's class. So the fact how they wrote this fragrance up to be more of a regal scent, more class, more elegant, something to be adorned, I'm okay with that. I actually agree. The scent profile, what this is giving me regal feminine woman. That is what this is. I have to agree. So now, okay, that is really blossoming. So now, y'all, let's talk about the rating system because that's what we're here for. Mood of this fragrance. Absolutely, y'all, with Patiala, spring and summer. Period. Spring and summer is when this scent shines. It's funny because I first smelled this scent back in late summer, early fall, and then being able to wear it during the winter, then wearing it in the spring. Absolutely spring and summer. Spring slightly a little bit more than summer to me. But one thing too I want to say about this scent has such a beautiful trail about it, or sillage for those people that like that, how it projects. This scent needs to be outside. You need to wear this scent outside because of the way the trail, like the wind carries this fragrance in such an interesting, like capturing way. It's going to capture someone's attention. It's really fascinating how this one is done. Yeah, this one needs to be outside. You gotta wear this one outside. So it has to be a garden party, graduation, because I know it's May right now. It has to be bridal shower. It just needs to be, and you need to be outside wearing this. You need to be outside. That's the mood of this. So spring, summer, outside, feminine. Bonus points on a flowy dress, because that'll really sell this scent. Now let's talk about the next category, which is strength of this fragrance. And absolutely, y'all, solid 7.5. Solid 7.5. I don't have to look for this scent. I know when I spray it. I know when I'm wearing it. It is there. Does this fragrance overpower me? No, it doesn't. But at the same time, I don't have to look for it. So for that reason, I give it a 7.5 in the strength category. Now let's talk about longevity of this fragrance. This was the one that actually took the longest for me to figure out, and that's probably why it took me longer to do this dedicated review, was because I couldn't quite really pinpoint how long this fragrance really lasted on me. It's one of those, because it's so rich, that the opening does hit you in the face and then it does slowly dry down over time. So over time, and after wearing it multiple times over several months, longevity is 5 hours. And I found myself replenishing this one whenever I wear it. So I was like, wait a minute. If I'm having to replenish it, meaning respray it to touch it up, this does not last all day. So it's 5 hours. So I wish it did last longer. Kind of slightly disappointed. If this was more on the 6 to 7 hour mark, I would be happier. But alas, I just sprayed some more of it. So just be aware, even though this is an extrait, this is one that still will wear a little bit closer to the skin sooner rather than later. So yeah. And then the final category, well, is this a compliment getting fragrance? And let me tell you something. That's why I told y'all in the mood area, you need to wear this outside, because the trail this leaves, it captures the people's attention, y'all. Like, this one is a solid compliment getter. Again, outside. Inside, it doesn't do as much. It's interesting. Like, it doesn't just really project as much, but it warms up with the heat and the wind, and that's when it really is a compliment magnet. So its compliment factor is conditional on you being outside on a breezy spring or summer day. That's the best way to answer that one. All in all, I think this fragrance is beautiful. The more it dries down, if you do not like aldehydes and you don't like rose, stay away from this scent. That's like one takeaway I have to emphasize more than anything. And I would even say too, there is a slight, very, very slight, in the very distance, in the very back, remnants to the type of airy profiles of, say, a Baccarat Rouge. No, this is not a dupe. No, this is not another cousin to it. No. But if you like that more airy type of scent profile, slightly sweet, then I think you will enjoy Patiala. I just want to emphasize that too. But instead you get roses and aldehydes and then musk too. The musk is very gentle, it's very delicate, so it's not overpowering of the musk either, the more this dries down. So all in all, this was again a love at first sniff. This was an immediate upgrade of a fragrance, and that is why I did so. I do love this scent, not like Patiala is a love for me, and I was happy to, you know, review it for you all, because I realized I hadn't done this dedicated review, and yeah, it's time. So let me know what you think about Patiala. Have you smelled her? Do you think she is gorgeous? Do you think she deserves more hype? Because of course we know her sister Peregrina gets all the hype, which now I think about, I need to do Peregrina's dedicated review too, so we'll put a pin in that, y'all. So let me know what you think about Patiala. If you smelled her, if you love her, if you hate her, it doesn't matter. Either way, let me know what you think about the scent in the comments below. And yeah, we will talk about it in another time, Els. All right, y'all. Bye, Els.